personally, I divide the world into people who are either energy givers or energy takers. So it'd be an example like here when you come into this room, if you came in this morning, even if you partied hard last night, you come in and say it was really warm in here. If you're a person that's like an energy taker, you'd come in and be like, oh, fuck, and it's hot and tired, and oh, God, I just want to go home, and oh, like you just suck the energy out of a room. Versus if you're an energy giver, you come in, you'd notice it was warm, you'd open a door, you'd turn down the thermostat, crack a joke, create energy in the room. And we're very clear with all the teams we work with about what that means, especially under pressure situations, how you need to have those type of players on your team in order to be successful. Hockey Canada, in the years before, as they're selecting their teams, they have a whole bunch of players, extra players, come in for tryouts. And we had a couple players coming in that we call red flag players. They knew in advance that what their attitude had to be like and what it meant to be a part of Team Canada. So there was one player who is not in this picture, and he was actually very pissed off because he wasn't in this picture, because this is a picture of the media availability that we have, where every player has a microphone in front of them, and they have to answer questions to the media. So he was mad that his microphone was further outside of this picture, away from the superstars. That's like unheard of in team sport for someone to be complaining about that. So the coaches and GM heard about that. They said, okay, well, let's just see what happens tomorrow when we get on the ice. They put him on the fourth line the next day, so the lowest line, and he's out there and he's pissed off that he's on the fourth line, because like all of them there, they're used to being on the first line and playing lots of minutes. So he's on the fourth line, and one of the guys makes a mistake, and he's there swearing, throwing his arms up in the air, just rolling his eyes, goes back to the bench. He wouldn't even talk to the guys. So the coaches were watching this happen, and they said, okay, let's put him on the first line and see what happens. So they put him up there on the first line. Then he's pissed off because he's not getting the puck enough, and he's then same thing, throwing up his arms, swearing, not talking to them on the bench. Same behavior, didn't matter whether he was on the first or the fourth. The superstar player they'd taken from the first line and put on the fourth, he's down there, and after they made a mistake, he'd just take a breath. They'd go skate back to the bench afterwards, and he'd be like, hey, I really appreciate how hard we're working out there. What do you think we need to do next time to make it better? Like, just a part of the solution. Got that whole line going, and that whole line of fourth liners, they all made the Olympic team, but the red flag player did not make the team. So his attitude, and it cost him the chance of being on an Olympic gold medal hockey team. And I share that because he's not a bad person. He knew what he had to change for his behavior and his attitude getting it, but that, because he just didn't do it, he cost himself something like that. Now, I share that because, you know, not all of us are going to be Olympic athletes, but we can all have that winning attitude every single day that's going to allow us to go further personally and professionally.